Robert Smalls was born into slavery on April 5, 1839, in Beaufort, South Carolina. His mother, Lydia Polite, worked as a house servant. Though Robert grew up in the home of their enslavers, his early life was shaped by both privilege and oppression. His mother feared he was becoming too comfortable with slavery, so she arranged for him to spend time working in the fields and witnessing the harsh conditions faced by many enslaved people every day. This experience planted the seeds of a rebellious spirit in young Robert Smalls. When Robert was 12, he was sent to Charleston to be hired out. Most of his wages were sent back to his enslaver. He worked a variety of jobs, including as a waiter, lamplighter, dock worker, and sailor. Over time, he became skilled in navigation, sailing, and piloting ships. By the time the Civil War broke out, Robert was working on the Planter, a Confederate transport steamer. The ship carried supplies and weapons for the Confederacy. Though still enslaved, Robert had risen to an unofficial position of authority on the ship. He even piloted the ship, which was usually reserved for white officers. On the early morning of May 13, 1862, Robert executed one of the boldest escapes of the war. While the white officers went ashore for the night, Robert and some enslaved crew members took control of the Planter. Disguising himself in the captain's uniform and hat, Robert guided the ship past 5 Confederate checkpoints in Charleston Harbor. He used the correct signals to avoid suspicion. He had also arranged for his wife, children, and other crew members, families, to board the ship beforehand. Once out of Confederate range, Robert turned the Planter toward the Union blockade. He surrendered the vessel to the Union Navy. The ship was loaded with cannons, ammunition, and important documents. Robert Smalls' daring escape was a massive blow to the Confederacy. It was also a gift to the Union forces. His bravery made national headlines across the North. All newspapers hailed Robert Smalls as a hero. He and his crew received prize money for delivering the Planter. Robert was then appointed a pilot for the Union Navy. He continued serving with distinction throughout the war. Later, he became the captain of the Planter, making him the first black man to command a U.S. Navy vessel during wartime. He participated in military operations, including the assault on Fort Sumter. His knowledge of Southern waterways proved invaluable to Union efforts. After the war, Robert returned to Beaufort and bought the house where he had once been enslaved. He emerged as a leader during the Reconstruction era. He advocated for education and civil rights for freed African Americans. He helped establish public schools in South Carolina. He also co-founded the Republican Party within the state. In 1868, Robert was elected to the South Carolina House of Representatives. He later served in the state Senate. Between 1875 and 1887, he served 5 terms in the U.S. House of Representatives. As a congressman, he fought for civil rights and educational funding. He also championed fair treatment for all members of the military. In 1895, he was appointed U.S. Collector of Customs in Beaufort. He held that position until 1913. Despite the rise of Jim Crow laws and increased racial segregation, Robert remained an outspoken advocate for equality. He passed away on February 23, 1915, in Beaufort, South Carolina. He died in the house where he had once been enslaved.